Hey everyone, welcome to Metal Guns and Outdoors. Today we got a little old Hatfield SGL in here for some repair. Yeah, it's 18 and a half, but I do wish they wouldn't have cut that off, but it is what it is. Alright, this is my buddy's gun and I'm going to try to fix it for him. As you know, the Hatfields, you use the trigger guard to pull back in order to break the firearm down. Yes, it is unloaded. And as you can tell, the end of this trigger guard just broke right off. So I got to try to figure out how to get this out of there. So let's start taking her apart and see what we got to work with. Yeah, electric drill does make it quicker, don't it? And there is a bolt down in there. Alright, it is a 1/2 inch. First thing, get this screw out of this. I assume this is the hammer spring. Better watch that one. Alright, there's not enough pressure on it where it's going to come flying out. Alright, set that to the side. Grab our block. Pins here should bring this assembly out. Just want to get us a little further. Managed to get the trigger out of it, and the safety lever came out. I assume there was a spring up in there in that safety lever. I'm going to have to look close, make sure we don't lose it. Alright, now to get the rest of the assembly out, I do believe that I'm going to have to get the hammer out of the way, I assume. Alright, let's see if we can get that pin out. It's like none of these pins want to be nice on this one. There we go. Easy enough on that one, that's for sure. Now, well, it's about time. That's how you get that assembly out. The only thing left in here is a firing pin. Well, at least we can get in there and clean it up real well since we stripped it down so much. Still have to keep an eye out for, because I know there had to be a spring up in there for a detent for that safety. Alright, now it's just simple enough. So it wouldn't screw off while it was on the gun, because the front of the gun is levered up. Alright, there's what we have. One broken trigger housing. Hope you can see that okay. That's some of that crappy pot metal stuff. So in my opinion, there's no sense of ordering a new one because it's going to be the same material and the same thing's going to happen. What I propose is, let me find some piece of good steel and we'll just custom make one of these. Right, searched around the shop, found a very, very good piece of high strength steel. This ain't going to break anytime soon. It's not quite as thick as this trigger guard, but then again, it really doesn't have to be. We just want something that's going to last and be strong and not have to go through this BS again. All right, I'm going to get this lined up. don't have this broken piece here, but that's okay. We can measure it by our hole to here, and we can actually see how far it slid up on there. So if this was sitting here, as far as that'll go there, then we would need to add, get a ruler out here. Add right at 10 millimeters. Let's get her lined up here. All right, and the important thing is keep this little notch right here, because when the firearm folds down, this actually latches up in there and helps hold it all together. So we definitely don't want to lose that part of it. All right, that looks pretty good. We have our pattern drawn out. Now, we can take the Sawzall and go in here and get some of our big bulk out of the way. Besides that, the rest of this is just going to be a lot of grinding. Alright guys, I've been over here. Took the Sawzall and cut a big chunk out there. Cut a chunk out there. Let's grab our piece and do a little rechecking to make sure we ain't done nothing we're not supposed to. Now, still got plenty of material. Alright, we can go ahead and take us a slice off of here. And then just make us a V cut down in there. More we can cut with the Sawzall, the less grinding we have to do. And this is going to be a lot of grinding. Alright, let's go ahead and skim some off of this bottom portion. Alright, that's about all we can really get cut out of that circle. This is what we're starting with, so let's get set up over here at the grinder. Alright guys, I got a white paint pen and get a better mark. We're going to start with a big grinder over here. Give me some vice grips because you know she's going to get hot. And let's get to it. Alright guys, here's what I got so far. We have this cut out, have our length cut off. Got our swoop under here just fine. Then our front here. Of course, we'll be taking the Dremel and refining this a whole lot more. Now, we got to get this circle cut out. That's going to be the tough part. We'll use a big grinder as much as we can, and we might have to go over to a small grinder. And like I say, we'll finish up using the Dremel. We're into day 2 in this project. Hopefully we'll get this guard finished today and get it installed on the shotgun. Well, here in Tennessee, it seems like we got a little spurt of really nice weather. It was 65 yesterday. And I want to tell y'all, I went out to the range, did a little cleaning up, did a little target painting, and seen a snake. Now, they don't know this is February, Weather's got everything mixed up. But anyway, let's get back on our project. All right, this is what we got accomplished so far. We need to go in here and get this all rounded up and dressed up. That's not too bad there. Let's see if we can do some dress up with the Dremel. But on the big grinder, I'm going to go ahead and bevel all of our edges out real nice. Alright, guys. Not too bad at all. Now let's take this over to the workbench and take the Dremel and do some cleaning up. And then we have to drill a hole in here for a bolt and notch this out for that other bolt where it slides. Alright, got the cut up the device, and I just chose one of the sanding rolls. May take a couple more, who knows. But I think this will get us cleaned up and get us right on track with this project. Alright, I hope y'all can see that well. See how slick little sanding roll got her? That's beautiful. By the time we get finished with this and get it blued, it's going to be really, really nice. And like I say, I'm 100+% sure this one's not going to break like a cheap pot metal did. Alright, well, let's keep on keeping on. And here we have it so far. Little Dremel done a very good job getting everything smoothed out. So we're going to be doing some hand work on this for the final. But what I want to do first is get this slot made here. Get this hole drilled here. Of course, we got to find us a bolt, the proper thread to hold this up in there. The last thing we'll do is dress up the sides and make sure nothing has any sharp edges. Give a little bevel to everything and blue her. But now let's go ahead and get our slot measured out and go ahead and get our bolt for here and get that drilled and get it installed. I could not find a bolt that will fit that, so here's what I had to do. Took a piece of really good all thread that I had. You can see it was a wrong thread and slightly bigger. So I just stuck it in the drill, took it over there to the grinder, real lightly took it down. And then while it was still in the drill, I just took my Dremel and lightly run across it while both were spinning. I got a nice, true, straight piece we can make our own bolt out of. This is a 0.8 threads. I measured that out. Now we know that we'll get it what it's supposed to be. Those y'all have never seen one, this is a thread gauge. You see that was a 0.8. That means a pitch of the threads. Alright, got her in her vise. Of course, it's longer than it needs to be. See if we can make us a bolt here. Just take your time, keep it straight, stay steady. Don't get in a hurry on something like this or you will mess up. Alright, got her started. Now I'm just going to put a drop of oil on there. Well, more than a drop, but now let's cut us some threads. I got our little stud made. I've already threaded it down into our locking block here. And then what I done, I took a trigger guard and threaded it. This way we can assemble the shotgun to a certain point. And then we can just thread our guard down on there to where we need it. Should be about right there. Now we have to get this back here taken care of on that slot. Now here we've run into an issue. The bolt in there, or the screw I should say, the shoulder on that is pretty thick, and it's almost as thick as this is wide. So what we're going to have to do is add some material on each side of this to widen it out just a little bit so we can get us a slot cut in there where that'll go nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to take my camera over to the welder, but I'm going to weld on each side of here and build this up and then grind her down smooth. I took it over to the MIG, just welded on either side and hit it right quick with the grinder. I'm going to go ahead and slot our hole out in there, and then we'll take our little Dremel and clean it up and make it look nice. Over here in the vise. I'm going to try to figure out the best way to do it. I'm just going to take the sawzall and cut our slot. Now we'll see if that'll help.
A little late though.
Let's put a little stone attachment. I think this will do the trick. Let's see. Grab our sanding roll again. Our slot cutting there pretty good. See what we can do about dressing all this up and getting it to look nice again. All right, check our fit. All right, here's a bolt. Wax just a little. Should let us get that just a little bit wider. I think that'll work out just fine. See, our little, there's a screw, and it's supposed to just go in there and just slide right in there. All right, let's go ahead and mock everything up and just see how it works. All right, there's our piece. This comes through like that. This will screw on there. It only screws down so far. We'll have room to for it to move. This screw here goes down. The bottom's out. A little off right here. This needs to come forward. Just taking a drill bit. Just going to keep running it down through there to get that channel down lower. Alright guys. Went and took it over there to the sandblaster and hit it so I can get all that rust off of it. But we finally got it. Our threaded hole turned out fine. We got this slotted, and I had to do a little bending here, and a little bit of grinding on the bottoms. But as you can see, here's our piece. She fits on there well. That'll slide right back and forth. Should work out fantastic. Now let's get this prepped and see if we can get it blued, and maybe we'll get this thing back together. Got her all cleaned up. Hit her with a little bit of Scotch Brite. Hit it with a little more brake clean. Let's grab a Perma Blue and see what it's going to look like. Like we've seen before, different metals blue a lot differently, one to the other. Hopefully this one blues up really nice for us and gets, we really want that black color. Alright guys, got us a good fit. Think it's going to work out just fine. All we'd like, go ahead and grind this piece of stud off of here. Dress it up some, hit it with a little bluing. Then we'll put it back together. Put back together. Now say, it really doesn't look bad at all. I wish I would have had a little thicker piece of metal that was in a better shape. But this is just one of them things. I'm helping a buddy of mine out. And this is just going to be an old truck going that he's going to throw around, take to the barn and whatnot. So it ain't going to be beautiful or nothing. And it locks up well. Opens like it's supposed to. Shuts well. Of course it functions. Plenty of room for the trigger to still move. Yeah, everything worked out all right. And it will still fold up inside of itself right here like it's supposed to. Oh yeah, not too bad at all. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it. Big difference from this whatever pot metal crap that they put on this thing. Now we've got a nice solid steel one that I think will hold up very well. Well, if y'all would, please leave me some comments, any suggestions, any questions. They're always appreciated very much. And if you get a chance, run over to our Patreon page and show us some support there. And as always, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank y'all. And I hope y'all have a fantastic day.